Hey guys, if you enjoy listening, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SisterNightPod. And don't forget to check out our website, sisternightpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and now on with the show.
Welcome back to Sister Night Podcast. Today, it is just me and Cindy. Say hi, Cindy.
Hey.
Charlotte is finally on her vacation. I feel like she's been going on this vacation for a while now. Everyone keeps asking me, like, did Charlotte go on her vacation yet? And I'm like, no, it's this week.
Yeah, she's been talking about it. Looking forward to it.
I know. So tomorrow she is on her way. So it's just Cindy and I today. So, hey girl, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of like a fun couple of weeks. What's going on with you?
Well, actually, now that I'm settling in at my job and I'm almost done with training. We decided to go out and meet some couples, meet some friends. So we were set up on this kind of blind date with this couple. It was really nice. We had a great time.
A blind date? Who set you up on this blind date?
Well, it was Jeffrey's parents and their friends. Children.
Okay,
so...
Oh, okay, so it was their children.
they these old folks, they're like, not,
They're playing matchmakers?
Yeah, but we're both couples. So they're their kid and his wife and, Jeff and obviously his wife being me. Mm-hmm. So we went on this date and it was actually really fun. We had a good time. The husband talks a lot and the wife was, really beautiful. But she's not American, she wasn't, Americanized. Mm-hmm. So she comes from Turkey, so from another country. So anyways, we had a great time with them, but, and
that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, finding couple friends, especially couple friends that you have good chemistry with, it's so hard. Actually, Kleber and I, not this weekend, but the weekend before, we went out on a couple's date too. Now, it wasn't a blind couple's date. We know them. They are my brother-in-law's brother and his girlfriend. And even though we always see each other at family functions and we talk there, we've never hung out together outside of family functions. So it was one of those things yeah, we should get together. Yeah, we should get together. And we actually set a date.
Finally did it.
Yeah, we finally did it. We stopped talking shit and finally put something on the calendar. And it was a lot of fun. We got together at 1:00. We didn't leave the place till 7:00 at night.
Wow, that's
we
nuts.
went for brunch. It was at a bar-ish restaurant, and we went for brunch, and then we stood there till 5:00, and then we ended up going to the bar, moving the party to the bar and having drinks, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was nice to have adult conversation and just,
I know. I mean, just meeting a different couple in the same place as you guys, or maybe almost in the same place, yeah, I think it is nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a challenge though. Not everyone you're gonna meet, you're gonna sync with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we have in the past, now that we have Jonas, it hopefully won't be that difficult. In the past though, when we were just a couple and childless couple, I found it was really hard because people, our couple friends had kids. So it's very rare to be able to do, either they had to get babysitters or something, So for us being a childless couple and trying to find other couples to hang out with, that was really tough.
Yeah.
You must be in that same place right now too.
Actually, the couple that we went out with on that blind date, they actually got a sitter, which was nice. But then I had this other situation where this other couple that, we've met before and whatever, they were like, oh, can we bring our kid? And it's just we're I mean, I don't know if I'm like the only one, and that sounds terrible me saying it, but it's like, no, like, we just want to hang out. We don't have children. We we will have children, but having like a maybe like a 12-year-old or an 11-year-old that's still not like a little baby, and but it's just, it makes it awkward. So
so they brought their kids to your couple's date?
Actually, no, it gets even worse. I was like, oh, well, it's fine if you bring so-and-so. Like, I just thought that, it would be like an adult's thing, Mm-hmm. So I did go there, and, then eventually they didn't bring, but she never texted me back. So, like, that was awkward, too, because, like,
She never texted you. Wait, so you made plans, and then she said, can they bring their kids? And you said, oh, you thought it was going to be an adult thing, and then she never texted you back?
Right.
What happened to your plans, though? Did you still go through with them, or no?
Yeah, I went through with it. I was expecting them, and I was expecting her kid, because I never got a response back. So I just said, and
but then she didn't bring.
Yeah. So needless to say, that was freaking awkward, and it's like,
did you ask? Hey,
actually, it's so funny that I'm saying this like on air, but yeah, I did, because during dinner, like, the guys went and they were like by themselves, and I was like, are you mad at me? Like, she's like, no, why are you mad? I'm like, well, you didn't respond back when I had said that, and I just didn't want to be honest with you, I have been in front of them with their child, and mm-hmm. I mean, I don't want to, without divulging too much, but it's just like, it's a different dynamic, you know what I mean?
It is I mean, like, even when I go out, like
they felt the need, like, when they have their kid around, they feel the need to, like, chastise them and, like, go to your room, and, like, and it's like, it just makes me uncomfortable, so it's like,
yeah,
I just wanted them to come over, we'll have a good, like, adults night, talk about things, laid back, drink some wine, and, and, like, she was acting, I mean, you can sense it, you know what I mean, when someone's upset. So in the middle of the dinner, I was like, are you mad at me, like, because of this and this? And she's like, oh, no, not at all. But then it was just, like, awkward afterwards, and, like...
Do you guys think you're going to have another couple's date with her and them?
Well, no, she invited us over, like,
okay.
But...
Yeah, but I get that. I mean, like, I understand it's hard to get a sitter, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, unless it's like both families are bringing their kids. Like, even with my baby, like, when I bring my baby around my friends, first of all, I ask, and then two, they know that it's going to be a different dynamic. Like, I'm going to be paying attention to my kid and making sure he's okay, and, it's not like you have my undivided attention.
Right. I mean, I think it is very difficult, and I guess that's just, like, some people just have to bring their kid. Like, I've had instances in the past where, like, my best friend would be like, I would throw a party, say Caddy, and, and she's like, can I bring my child? And I was like, yes, because I knew that she didn't have someone, like a sitter. She didn't have someone to babysit, mm-hmm. So... I mean, but I was okay with that at that time, and,
mm-hmm.
But, like, right now, I don't know. I guess I had said something about it. I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't feel bad because Jeffrey and I don't have children.
Yeah, but a party's a little different. A party is like, anyone can come to a party. You don't have to necessarily be
hosting
with that particular person the entire night. It's like you mingle the room. So if they want to bring their kid and they want to be, they'll bring their kid. They'll talk to you for a little bit, but they'll talk to other people or whatever.
Right.
It's different than a dinner. Like two couples and together and then like one kid. I don't know. I think it's a different dynamic and a different setup.
I mean, I've had that happen to me in the past. It is a different dynamic sometimes. And I mean, and the older we get and we don't have children, the harder it is because everyone else seems to have children. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I know, that's what I was saying. Kleber and I would run into that issue all the time where, the friends, we either had single friends that didn't have a significant other, and then the couple friends had kids.
Right.
So it was really hard to find couple friends to hang out with that were like us. Either that or they were very young. The couple friends that we did have were like much younger because, they didn't have kids yet, but the ones that were in their 30s or our age did have children.
Right.
So
it's a tricky time, I guess you can say. And but I mean, friends, it's hard to find friends, period. I forget couple friends. Couple friends,
I know.
You're lucky if you have, forget it.
You're lucky if you can find one, let alone find a couple that you both get along with.
Right. Forget it. Couple friends are like the hardest thing. It's like, it's a diamond in the rough. Like, you cannot. That's like a gem. So once you have them, like, you cherish them. But, friendships itself, like, I feel like, I don't know, people have friendships if, for instance, like, you demand different things from your friends. I've always had like friends, my friends know that I'm not gonna call them all the time and hang out every day, be up in their house. They know that they're gonna rarely see me, and if they're okay with that, and if they see me, it's probably for an event or going out or something like that. But if they're okay with that and we can still be friends and they not be upset with me, then that relationship's gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They can't be too high maintenance because I don't give too much to my friends. Does that sound terrible?
No, I mean, I feel, I don't say it in those terms, but yeah, I have a very hard time. It's not because I don't have the desire. It's just like, I have a really hard time keeping in touch with friends too. See, I have a lot of friends that keep in touch with me, that call me and text me, and I appreciate that because I'm terrible with keeping in touch with friends.
That's not my problem. Like, I generally reach out to people and like, hey, how are you? How's life? Whatever. And if they don't require too much of like, hanging out, or like some friends just like, they get upset if you can't hang out with them. You know what I mean?
So you don't necessarily like physically hanging out with them. You rather like keep a relationship over phone and text and email, right? Is that what you're saying?
It's not that I don't like hanging out with my friends. How do you say? Like, I just don't require a lot of friend time. Mm-hmm. I'm more like
Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. Like, as I get older, I'm like, why have the friends that I have lasted so long? For instance, Caddy and Lewis. I barely see them. I barely hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see them, and they're okay with that, and I'm okay with that. Like, we just, and
but I think that's true friendship too, because I have some friends that have been my friends for a long time, John and Amma, and I rarely see them too. Actually, I just saw John this weekend, but again, he reached out to me, and we can go months without seeing each other and be completely fine.
Which is weird. It's like. But you know what I say? I told Jeffrey, because his mother she has a lot of friends, and they do dinner and they see each other frequently. And I'm like, well, I wasn't raised with that. You know what I mean? Like, my mom.
With compinche?
Yeah, like with compinche. Like, I don't like that. And I don't have compinche with nobody. At this, like, I'll have a friend that will go out and do things, but like, not every day. Like, every day is just too much.
But who's got time to do things every day? I find that like all my friends, like, we'll see each other every couple of weeks. We'll have brunch or we'll set a date in the calendar. But like every week or every, I don't know. I just feel like younger kids can get away with doing that when you don't have too much going on in your life.
Well, when you're exactly, when you don't have too much going on in your life, because like Michelle and her friends, like they see each other every day, but they're like neighbors and they're retired and they have nothing to do. So they'll go for a walk, they'll go to the store. So they're always hanging out, But like for me, that dynamic doesn't work well with me right now. It won't work well with me for a long time because I always work a lot of hours, you know, and I just
and then the time that you do have off, right. I don't know about you, but like the time I do have off, I have to like split it between, you know, spending time with my spouse, spending time with my baby, spending time with my family, right. You know. So after all of that,
you don't have time.
You know. Yeah, then I have a very small amount of time to hang out with friends.
That's very true, actually. That's a true statement. That's probably the most truest statement, you know? Time is, it's just, there's not enough time to do everything and tend to a house, you know? Like you have a house, I have a house now, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of work, you know? So.
It is. But I mean, I guess friendships, they're good to have. I feel like you do have to have people outside of your spouse and your family, people that are just yours, right? That are your friends, that get you outside of all the other roles you have to play. So I mean, it's important to see them and spend time with them, but I agree with not having to spend infinite amount of time with them as well. How are you managing finding friends in North Carolina? Well, I mean, we kind of talked about it, but you know, have you found any of your own friends down there?
I mean, I guess you can say I found a friend, which is, you know, I guess a neighbor here, you know, in my community. I haven't really found friends that I would say are genuinely my own friends. You know, I have a neighbor that I'm friendly with, you know, and that we'll, you know, hang out from here to there. And then I have Adra, which I didn't hang out with her, but Adra did my makeup and my wedding makeup. Yeah, I did a One Take Tuesday on Adra and Be Enhanced. So, but anyhow, she and I, you know, she did my makeup. She did a facial for me prior to the makeup. She did a makeup trial. So we had several instances. And in one of those times, I asked her, do you want to go and get lunch? So we did. And so we were able to spend some time. And then she invited me to a beauty event, which probably I'll cover on our Instagram live on Sisters Night podcast. But she invited me to a beauty event May 20th. So I'm going to go to that. So, I mean, it's fun. It's different. I wouldn't say that she's my friend. Like, we don't text, we don't call each other like that. But, you know.
But you never know. It's funny. Like, one of my really good friends now, Siobhan, she started off as a client. She contacted me for family photos way back in the day when I first kind of started with my photography. She found me on the blog when I had my blog. And yeah, like it started off with, she hired me to take her family photos, and then we just kind of hit it off. You know, I liked her, she liked me, and then we've been friends ever since. And now, you know, now we're just friends.
Right.
So that happens a lot too, where business can become pleasure.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, you know, we and Adra get along very well, and, you know, we have I guess our personalities click and are like, you know how some people are high strung and stuff, like she's laid back too. So, you know, that's, you know, I can probably see a future in us hanging out and maybe hopefully doing more beauty things. Like I love that, you know, so we have that in common.
Yeah, you have that common.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a little bit of a challenge, I guess, but I'm a social person and I talk to now that I'm at work, I talk to everyone, hey, how are you, blah, blah, blah. So that gets me going. And, you know, I'm friendly with Jeffrey. Like, me and him talk all the time. So he's like my best friend, you know?
Yeah. I understand that. What was I going to say? I know I get this a lot. Do you think because we're 3 girls and we're close to the same age and, you know, we get along pretty well. We you know, like every sister, sometimes we have our falling outs, but for the most part, we're close. Do you think that kind of has contributed to our, you know, our attitude towards friendships and like having to keep in contact with a lot of people? Like, does that
Absolutely.
Do you think that plays because we have friends in each other?
Yes, absolutely. I don't really find the need to have a lot of girlfriends. Like, I don't have a lot of girlfriends. I have a lot of girl acquaintances, you know what I mean? And I have a lot of people that I know throughout work or whatever, school or whoever. But yeah, I don't feel the need to have like a best friend, because I have my sisters, and we do get along and we talk, and we sometimes fight, and that keeps things moving, and and we are around the same age. Like, I genuinely feel bad for people that don't have sisters. I don't know because it's nice to have a relationship with someone that you can first off, they grew up with you, so they know exactly what you're going through.
They know your family dynamics.
They know your family dynamics, and it's like having a best friend. It's just
I know. It was funny. Someone was asking me the other day whether or not I would have another baby. And I am not opposed to having another kid. Like, I'd be perfectly fine if it was just Jonas, I think. Like, I'm totally in love with my baby. I think we'd have a very happy life if it was just him. But I feel, and again, I'm sure I would feel differently if I had a second child. But, like, right now, my main motivation for having another baby would be like, I wouldn't want him to be an only child because I grew up with with 3 siblings, and that's not counting our half siblings from our father's side, but it's just nice to like grow up in a house with other kids. With other kids, yeah,
definitely.
Built-in playmates.
Yeah, definitely. It's so I have to say, like, that is definitely the reason why I don't feel the need to have girlfriends. I mean, you always want a friend besides your sisters, but but I don't feel the need to have a lot of girlfriends because I'm so close to you guys, and we fight, we yell, but we're still brothers and sisters. Like, you can't get rid of me, type of thing. So
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I see it too with my sister-in-laws. They're 3 girls as well, and they're very close. And they have girlfriends, but I feel like, it's like you don't really need that many friends because you have each other. So I also think about that with Jonas. Like, if I was to have another baby, people are like, oh, would you want a girl? And I'm like, at this point, because I have a boy, I think I'd want another boy, because I think it's a different relationship when it's same sex as opposed to different sex, Like, so either I would have had 2 girls or 2 boys, 1 and 1. I guess they can be close, but it's a little different, right?
No, sometimes they end up being very close. I think it is different because they're going through different things. Like, a boy is never going to go through a girl's first period and able to relate.
That
experience.
What I mean?
But, like, I think they grow up being super close. I've seen brothers and sisters that are very, very close. So I think that having a sibling close in age always helps.
Is the key,
exactly. I don't think having children like today and then like waiting 10 years and having another child, like that's just, I don't know, doesn't make any sense. If you're gonna have 2 kids, just have them boom boom and let's move on.
It's hard work having kids boom boom.
I know, coming from the lady that hasn't had any. I know.
Wait till you have yours, and then we'll talk about that.
I don't know. I definitely see us having more than 1 child. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah? Like more than 2?
I don't even know. Maybe more than 2. Who knows? I don't think I would want more than 2 kids, but you never know what you're gonna get. Like, so you may be.
I guess I never aspired to have like a big family because I think we came from a pretty, like, 4 kids and growing up in one house. Like, I kind of got that out of my system, but like 2 was good for me. Yeah. Like a nice little pair. Mm-hmm. But 4 kids is a bit much, I think. It's a lot of people in the bathroom sharing the bathroom.
I mean, Caddy likes a big family, and like I know she would have, if it was up to her, she would have had more children. But I think as long as they have each other, like I don't know, I know a lot of single kids, and they just like to hang out by themselves because they're so used to hanging out by themselves, Yeah. So I guess you have everything.
Yeah. I'm pretty, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what time tells, but my guess is that we'll probably have another one down the road.
Good.
How far down the road? Who knows? But
maybe we should get pregnant together.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't that be great? I would love that.
I know.
So.
That would be good. It would be nice, but at the same time, I kind of want you to have your like shining moment.
It's not I don't need to be in the
special
spotlight. Like, no, I would rather be pregnant with like someone that, and then you can talk and like, I don't know.
Go through that experience together.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even though you've already been through it, so you can give me advice and stuff, but it's nice going through the experience with someone. And then having the kids the same age and da-da-da.
Well, yeah. It's like me and my friend Lisa. We
Right.
were pregnant. We worked together, and we were 1 week apart during the pregnancy. She was 1 week ahead of me, and she literally had the baby 1 week before me, and then like 1 week later I had Jonas. So our kids are like
boom boom
back to back.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's fun. So.
What was I gonna say? Speaking of siblings, I have a little piece of bochinche.
Oh.
And you can you can clarify. So I heard through the grapevine that our very own Charlotte, who is not on the podcast today, but you know what? She's not here, so it's fair game. As in real life, if you're not around, then you're the subject of bochinche. I heard through the grapevine that she is moving, that she's moving in with her boyfriend, TW, and this is the first time. I mean, like, not that the first time I'm hearing about it. I've kind of known about it for a while, but she has yet to bring it up to me. Like,
yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, what is the deal? I'm, like, waiting patiently for her to, like, casually bring it up. Oh, by the way, I'm moving in with my boyfriend. Or, oh, by the way, like, TW's moving in, like, at the end of the month. Or nothing. And I've known for a couple of weeks already.
I'm surprised. Like,
we've done YouTube videos here. She's come to the house. I've gone to her house. And she has not brought it up. You think you know someone. And why do you think it is? You knew about this?
I did know. Yeah, she told me a long time ago. I'm surprised.
Exactly. She told you. She told Mom. Josh was known about this. So what is it? Do you think it was intentional?
Well, I don't know. Only Ashley can answer that question. But
Joshua says, like, Joshua and Mom said, well, maybe she just forgot. And I'm like, I don't think you forget to mention something like that.
No,
I don't know.
I don't think she forgot. I think that younger siblings, and here I am going to be the philosopher or whatever. Younger siblings abide by their own rules. They don't follow the rules of, the normal rules that you should follow. Like, tell your sister that maybe it slipped her mind. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
It's just so random. Like, I would just think, like, I don't know. I mean, I moved in with Kleber before we got married, so it's not like a big deal to me. I think it would be more of a big deal, if they were not living together and spending all the time together.
Maybe
like,
she didn't.
That would be.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she didn't realize that she didn't tell you. Maybe she.
You think so?
Maybe.
Because I just feel like that would kind of like naturally come up in conversation, don't you think? Like, again, it came up this week because, I knew about it for a while. I won't say who divulged, but I knew about this for a while. And, this weekend, it was Mother's Day weekend, and my mom's like, or Joshua was saying, Mommy's getting a new TV because Charlotte's giving her TV to Mom. I was like, why? Because, TW has his TV, so they don't need two TVs. And I'm like, wouldn't it, like, just come up naturally in conversations like that?
Yeah.
When you're consolidating things and whatever? I don't know. I'm going to have to ask her about this. Like, or maybe she'll just hear this podcast and be like, busted.
You know what? Ashley's she does things differently than other people. Like, it's just so natural for me to say something like, I'm moving in with someone. Like, I'm like an open book kind of, in that sense. So I don't really have any, privacy things that, I mean, I do have private issues that I won't, discuss, but for the most part, I'm pretty open and honest with my family. I have nothing to hide. It's no big deal. We're all adults here. Like, I don't know if it was intentional. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say it wasn't intentional, like Mommy and Josh. But I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she forgot. But if she didn't forget, maybe she, she feels like she would be disappointing you in some way unconsciously. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I'd be curious to know why she wouldn't mention it. To me, like I said, it's not like I haven't moved in with my boyfriend in the past, so it's not anything that is, that I would find morally wrong.
Okay, because
I just think it's so random. Because so I'm curious.
I mean, I'm surprised she told Mom before she told you, but
exactly. Of all people, you're gonna tell Mom and not tell me. I don't know. Something's up.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, nervous, and curious to see what she'll say to this.
We'll see, but I think it's a pretty big event. I mean, I wish them well. Moving in with someone it's a relationship changer. As much as you spend time with each other, when you move in together, it changes the dynamic a little bit. Cindy.
Absolutely. I told her that same thing. I told her that when she told me. I was like, just know that this is gonna bring your relationship up to the next level. Are you guys serious? Because, and then I mean, I think that a lot of people move in together, and sometimes it's financially motivated, to do that because it's so expensive to live by yourself,
to live on your own,
especially in the New York, New Jersey,
in the tri-state
area. In the tri-state area, of course, there's no doubt about it. But as far as her not telling you, I think maybe I'm just gonna play devil's advocate and say maybe it's a little aspect of she didn't want to disappoint you, or have you disapprove of her and her decision. And I'm going to say that just because I know the family dynamics, I know the people that are listening. The people that are listening are not going to understand this. But, Madeline has, she's, we just had the Mother's Day episode, and Madeline has this really way about her of being very motherly and nurturing, and you don't want to disappoint your parents, So I want to say that maybe that it's playing a little bit of the role, a role in that. So we'll see what she has to say.
Wow, I'm curious, but yeah. Speaking of friends, so my other friend that I mentioned, Amma, she's one of my longtime friends from college. She was my college roommate for, pretty much the 4 years we were there at Penn State. And we texted her for Mother's Day, me and John, and come to find out, she texted me yesterday. We had a whole text conversation. I guess somehow John must have asked, hey, I want to see you or whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, I moved to Florida months ago.
Oh my God.
months ago. I'm like, how do you miss telling, how do you not bring that up in conversation?
Yeah, but wait, because Amma is, again, this is not new to Amma, though.
Amma's a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, this is not new. She drops bombs. It's bombs over Baghdad. She seriously dropped bombs. When she was pregnant with Mikey, she just out of the blue, oh, I'm pregnant with Mikey. Or
I know, yeah. I'm just wait. Because she lived we don't see each other very often. She's got 2 boys and I just had a baby. So the last time I saw her was when Jonas was born. She came over. She brought me a bunch of diapers, which I'm still using.
That's funny.
And yeah. And yeah, I just assume, I said, Amma, I'm I know we don't talk every day, but I just assume you're a car ride away. If I needed you, or if we wanted to meet up, how do you move to Florida and not say anything?
And what did she say?
She was kind of, but that's just how she is, you know? For her, it was like, ha ha ha, but no, I mean, it wasn't anything personal. She didn't tell me, she didn't tell John, she didn't tell anyone. She just picked up and moved with her kids and her sister, and like, they went down there for the next adventure. Her sister went
down there with her too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not new to Amma, but I mean, that is crazy, and I'm
just like, why is everyone making all these big life decisions and like keeping me out of the loop? I'm feeling some kind of way, guys. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, friends, they're, like I said, I've had her. She's been one of my closest friends for now 18 years.
Wow.
But, yeah, just because you know someone and you consider them your friend, I guess because in the day of social media, you just know so much about people's lives, like the mundane things about people's lives, that to me it's shocking that, you know, people have privacy like that. Like they'll keep certain things secret, like moving to Florida or moving in with their boyfriend, which I think is pretty hilarious. But
you know what? I mean, some people do decisions and they like, they'll just do it out of the blue. And some people ponder it for months. I mean, I think that when I was leaving, I like told everybody, I'm leaving. And I was like,
you told everybody. And I don't think anyone really, like, not that we didn't catch your bluff, but like you had said, you were so casual about saying it that everyone was just kind of like, yeah. Like, you know, you're not, like, no one really took you seriously.
Seriously?
You guys were like,
oh, really? I'm like, this is news to me, actually, now that you're mentioning that.
I mean, like, I feel like you talked about moving to North Carolina. You talked about moving to North Carolina. But it happened so kind of suddenly that, you know, I don't know. At least I can speak for me personally. Like, I didn't take it seriously until you said you were buying a house. And then I was like, oh shit, she was really going to move to North Carolina. And then I felt really sad about it.
Yeah.
I cried over it.
I know. Like, I remember at that time.
Now I got over it. I'm
like, you don't miss me anymore. No. Honestly, when we had plans to do it, like I was thinking about it, Jeffrey was thinking about it, I still had to convince him.
I just felt like you didn't ponder it for very long. That's why I think, and it's such a big decision that I'm surprised that it was so, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't take it seriously. Right. And then it was done. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, like sometimes opportunity, I'm a big type of person. Like I'm very conservative, but then I jump at opportunities. I see an opportunity present itself, and like moving to North Carolina was probably, I still think it was an excellent decision, even though I miss you guys terribly. You know, buying this house, I could have never bought a house that we bought the same in New Jersey. I could have never, you know, it's just a different life. It is a different life. And I just figured, like, you know what, I'm taking this new step in my life. And, if living, you know, and moving and changing a scene and pace, I think it was the right time. So that's what, when I was like, thinking about it and I was shopping, you know how much we were flying back and forth and looking at houses, and then when we found this, you know, this development and I wanted to build, like this was great. Like I could have never ever done this in New Jersey, you know what I mean? It's just too expensive. I mean, being realistic, you know, you have condos that are going for the same prices as houses. You know, up by where, you know, Morristown, I mean, I was looking at condos for like $300,000, you know, which is like crazy. And it's not crazy because that's how the prices are up there. But
yeah. I mean, listen, I feel like you need to do what you have to do. Like, I've always had desire to move, not like down south, but I've always had desire to move like to California. And family has been a big reason not to do that. Right. But you know what? Our friend, the couple of friends that we met up with, he recently accepted a job in California and he moved out there. And you know what? Like, you moved down to North Carolina. Like, I see a lot of people doing it and it's not the end of the world. Like, they come back and see their family. Right. And, you know, we live in a time where you have the internet, you have ways to, you know, I speak to you more often now than when you were in New Jersey.
Yes, that
you
is
know,
correct.
I mean, I physically see you every day, but I feel like we talk more often. And like I said, I had Amma down the road and I hardly ever saw her.
Right.
And I think it's not such a terrible thing. Like, you know, family is important, and I think you could still be close to your family and be in a different
area.
state. You know, like, yeah, it's not the end of the world.
I mean, I was definitely thinking about me and Jeff getting married and having a family of our own. Like, I would like them to have a backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and live in a nice neighborhood and yada, yada, yada. So, like, I was thinking a picture as a whole, and I just saw an opportunity to move to, you know, a place that was nicely developed. You know, it's still the South. It's nicer weather. Like, I don't know. Everything came together, and you know how I am. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So, you know, that's...
Yeah, I don't feel like you're impulsive, but I feel like when you make a decision that you do stick to it. You decided you wanted to go to nursing school and you were going to do that, you just did it. You know what I mean? Right. You dug your heels and you did it. Right. So... Yeah, I don't think you're an impulsive person, so I don't think it was an impulsive decision. Yeah. I just think, you don't beat around the bush too much. Once you decide something, you just kind of don't question yourself too much about it.
No, I don't go back and forth, you know. I take some time deliberating, but you're right. It did come quickly, you know what I mean? Like, building the house, it went fast. So, and we've been here already, like, 4 months. So, like, time flies. Yeah. It really does.
It definitely does.
Anyhow.
Well, it was nice catching up with you, Cindy.
Yes, it was. We missed Charlotte so much on this episode, but I'm glad she wasn't here so that we could eventually find out whatever happened with that bochinche.
I know. Next episode, we'll have to catch up, but I hope she's having a wonderful time in Jamaica, or she's gonna have a wonderful time. Yes. And this was fun, Cindy. We haven't gotten to record together, so... I hope to do more of this.
I know, this has been great. I love these like little sessions, like these mini sessions, and this different format. And I also like the one take Tuesdays, which seem to be fun.
Yeah, those are good. I actually like recording. I have another one recorded, ready to go for when it's my turn again. But I like it. Like, I like the one-on-one format. Right. And I enjoy the recording process of those too. Did you have a hard time with your One Take Tuesday?
I did, actually. It was like a 5-take Tuesday. So,
and there's a lot of good, useful information. I hope, people keep tuning in. They're really short. They're like 10, 15-minute episodes, but the focus is more to deep dive into the things that we can't really deep dive into the podcast, right?
Yes.
So,
I
hope you keep tuning in.
Check that out.
Well, have a good night, everyone. If you want to listen to other episodes, check us out on sisternightpodcast.com. Visit us on Instagram, Sister Night Pod. We're always updating there, and we try to get on the Insta stories so you can see what's happening at the moment with all of us. And if you have any spare time, we'd really, really appreciate it if you go on iTunes and leave us a review.
Let
us know. Yeah, let us know what you think of the show. Give us as many stars as you feel we deserve, and give us some good feedback. We're also looking for listener questions, so please reach out to us.
Always looking for questions.
Yeah, we love, us. Give us a topic and we'll give you our opinions.
Our thoughts. Yeah.
So anyway, good night, Cindy.
Good night,
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.